matchup set to go here between the Indianapolis Colts and the Carolina Panthers. First 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt, and he'll be taken down right around the 27. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Well, this defense for the Panthers, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
He was trying to find Mo Alley-Cox, his tight end, and it's 3rd and 5.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Melton.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off.
And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
On first down, it's Corral. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers go up by 2 touchdowns.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
1-7, their record here at the midway point of the season. And right now, this organization, more than likely, if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves. But with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So is the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And it's picked up by the Panthers.
Loose inside the 30.
And they will finally get it, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Corral on first down.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That one unable to develop. Never got going. A loss of a couple. And it's 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Corral.
Dancing to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
It's nothing but pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Panthers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Gonzalez good on the extra point. And it's now 21-0.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Melton. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
And it's fielded at the 34. It's a 40-yard punt, but they lose yardage on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
And he fires one incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And it would appear he's going to be short of a first down as he stopped right around the 29. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And from down in Miami, an update. The Dolphins have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off play action. Melton.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Brandon Smith picks it off. And the Colts are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Hunt will try going up the middle, as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. "21-0 our score after 1.
On 2nd down, right back to Hunt.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Going to be some contact going on.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 9 yards that time.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over it that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
To throw on 3rd down, Melton finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
On first down, Corral.
Going for the deep ball. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod.
And the Colts will take over possession here up at the 44.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
That would almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down.
Throwing again. Melton.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
The offense on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Off the play fake. Melton.
Oh, he's got his tight end, Mo Alley-Cox, complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Panthers are going to get the football here at their own 23.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
1st and 10 for the Panthers as Corral gets them set.
At their own 23. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he's got a first down there after a gain of about 12 as the clock will stop right now for the 2-minute warning. A first down throw here for Corral.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field.
And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
On 2nd and 10, here's Corral. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
And the slot man goes in motion left.
To the air again with Corral. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
So on now is Johnny Hekker to punt this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Throwing to start the drive. Melton. A contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing on 1st down. Melton.
He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
He's going to air one out for Anderson. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Robbie Anderson, 47 yards.
And the Panthers continue to pull away here in this first half.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Operating from the gun, Melton.
To Jefferson on the slant. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. So the penalty declined, and they will keep the yardage on the completion.
And you can almost see him compartmentalize there throughout the route. Fought hard at the line of scrimmage, a lot of hand checking throughout the route. Great job staying focused on the football and pulling it in through the contact.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before break. Melton. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 30. Yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, if they score here, this one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on the way to a lopsided victory.
Touchdown, Carolina! A great play there with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year.
And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line.
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they are going to take over right there at the